One of the things I have found, Ryan, is that in the corporate setting, they normally do have subject matter experts come in and speak, and I am not that.
Mel Austin, founder of Laugh Success, is a comedian, keynote speaker, and trainer who's been spreading joy for over 30 years, using clean comedy to heal, connect, and inspire audiences everywhere.
But what I am is a guy who cares about people feeling better from laughter. And so being able to use that as my why and creating interactive, engaging workshop environment so they feel like they're getting value, but they're actually enjoying it.
What's up, everybody? This is Ryan Van Ornum, back with another edition of Scaling Up Success Podcast, powered by Cynergists. Cynergists is your scalable operations company that helps you grow exponentially faster in a fraction of the cost. So today, I have a good friend of mine, Mel Austin. Mel, how you been, man?
I've been excellent. It's good to see you, buddy. Thanks for having me.
Great to see you as well, dude. Man, you are one of the funniest dudes I know, and I wanted to bring you on, talk a little bit about what you got going on, because you got all kinds of stuff, but it all revolves around your comedy and stuff like that. So tell me a little bit about what you got going on right now.
Well, as you know, I've been doing stand-up comedy. Now I think this year makes 32 years, and I'm in the field of clean comedy. And so the sky is the limit. Everybody loves to laugh. And so the way I've built my business has shifted since the pandemic. I've definitely gone more keynote speaking, definitely lots of training and team building. And so that has been absolutely amazing. Since the last time I saw you, I really started working with the military quite a bit, definitely traveling around the country to the different bases to help them in their transition from military to civilian world. And we have a blast. I mean,
Yeah.
you can imagine it's a very unsexy topic, but I try to engage them on many levels with, having them contribute music. We go outside, we do all kinds of fun, different things to create more of an experience instead of just information. And so that's really been occupying my time quite a bit, along with doing clean comedy and keynote speaking for a lot of companies and hospitals as well.
Man, that's legit right there. So like tell me a little bit more, because like I anybody can drop some F-bombs and stuff like that. Is it tougher to do clean comedy?
Not for me. I mean, I've been doing it for so long. It's no different than, if your grandma came to visit, you to make a quick shift in how you're talking. And so it's kind of a switch for me to make sure that I know what audience I'm in front of. It's not just about bad language. Some topics are a little taboo to go in front of when you're in front of kids, or if you're in front of senior citizens, or you're in front of corporate executives. There's just certain things that you have to make adjustments for. And I'm grateful for that because it really has given me a strong muscle to be able to perform anywhere.
Do you think it's opened up your business to different opportunities that you didn't think you could do before?
Big time, big time, Ryan. I mean, the normal path in the comedy world is pretty much the bars, the clubs. Eventually, you start doing casinos and you do cruise ships, some colleges, but it's a very narrow and very crowded space. When
Hmm.
I shifted to clean, maybe about 17 years ago, all of a sudden, I pretty much, quadrupled the amount of clients that I could perform in front of. On top of the financials, when you have companies or schools getting together, you already have a built-in audience and a built-in budget versus, going to
Hey,
places and hoping people will buy tickets.
that guaranteed paycheck, it ain't bad, right?
It ain't bad at all.
I love that, man. I love that. So like, I know we've done some work together, especially during the pandemic area. Like, how did that change your world? Because I know it flipped it on its head, and I know you do a lot of stuff with like military outreach now with a lot of different programs in those regards. So Talk more about that if you could.
Well, the shift was more that, I was in Southern California, the mecca of entertainment. And even with clean comedy, I mean, I had a weekly show that was booked out for an entire year at Dave and Buster's. I had golf tournaments on the books. I had partnerships with the local police department to do 80 schools in a 3-year period. Like all the cylinders were definitely firing. And then when the pandemic hit, we started doing more virtual. And then we moved. And that's when we came to Colorado.
Nice.
From here, it's not the same market as LA. And
Right.
so it forced me to do more corporate type of trainings. And one of the things I have found, Ryan, is that, in the corporate setting, they normally do have what would you call subject matter experts come in and speak. And I am not that. But what I am is a guy who cares about people feeling better from laughter. And so being able to use that as my why and creating a interactive, engaging workshop environment. By the way, I bring in a DJ and everything. And so there's music being played. People are, and then we shift into games. Now I got people playing hot potato, musical chairs, Family Feud, but all the content is revolved around the research of that company and their industry. So they feel like they're getting value, but they're actually enjoying it at a different way. And then we usually finish off with some kind of like dance contest, which is hilarious. And so people walk away feeling light, free, connected with each other, instead of just me getting up there trying to tell them how to successfully grow their business. I'm not an expert for them, but what I am an expert in is really engaging with people to pull out their greatness.
Man, you're just like doing the Steve Harvey's thing and just making CEOs dance. Dude, that is hilarious. You're like, dance, son.
It is fun, man. It is fun. I learned that people want to be kids again. We
Yeah.
all have it in us, and we become so structured and proper as we get older. But when I get at them laughing and playing, man, it's amazing that, sometimes I have to slow them down, like, hey, hey, hey,
You
hey,
should
listen.
you got like the new HR training and they're just busting out like rap songs to it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I had an HR lady one time. It was a utility company. And it was a dance contest. And we kind of do it where it starts with 5 people. And then I let the good dancers sit down. And then down to 4 and down to 3. And when it came down to the last one, she was the HR manager. She ripped off her Santa's cap, threw it in the audience, turned around, wiggled her butt, and said, "Bring it on." They went nuts.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So
That
it
is
just
hilarious.
really does bring a lot out of people. They want to have a good time. And it's an honor to be able to really help a lot of people that are under so much stress to do the work that they do, to give them a different way to really celebrate their accomplishments.
I love that, man. I love what you're doing. So
Thank
like
you.
what are you most proud about on this business journey that you're on now? Because man, you are making just, it feels like you have all of these different paths and stuff into your success, man.
I mean, I hate to make it sound like I'm being selfish, but it just hit me this morning. I'm very proud of myself only because I feel that even though we're gaining momentum and we're having success, I feel proud to know that I want to still dig deeper to bring more value. And I have to really look at myself and say, you know what? You can't go wrong that way. And thank you. Thank you for being that way, because any other way, I feel like I would have stopped growing. But this way, I mean, Ryan, I'm literally reading a book right now called the New Emotional Intelligence, just so that as I'm digging and learning more about myself, bits and pieces of that helps me add more to my audiences, no matter if it's military or companies or nurses for hospitals. If I can continue to dig into myself to really bring the best forward and to check myself, I feel like that helps me also be able to be a little more compassionate and understanding and encouraging to people in front of me. So I guess I'm really proud of me just always wanting to improve.
Hey, in the immortal words of that tremendous scholar Snoop Dogg, I want to thank me. Hey, I'm no comedian, bro, but I got one-liners once in a while.
Yeah, yeah, I love it. I love it. Very cool. It's
So,
always nice to be honored with Snoop.
hey, exactly, right, bro? So like, I mean, like it's really interesting following what you've been doing, but what habits that just keep you motivated and keep you pushing in the right direction? Like what keeps you going, man? Because like anybody else would probably just like give up and say, nah, man, I'll just get a regular 9 to 5.
I think yoga's been very helpful for me, Ryan. I've been doing yoga for a little over 20 years. And so, especially during the pandemic when there wasn't a lot going on, like that was my go-to meeting with myself to remind me of what am I doing? What is my overall intention? And it really is to really help like heal the world with laughter. And so as I'm doing yoga and being more present and of course, straining my body through these particular poses, it really allowed, I think, to get really more in my soul. And so I really can say out of all the different things, I mean, I do all kind of different things from meditation, writing in my journal, swimming, martial arts, obviously reading. But I gotta say, out of all of it, the yoga really seems to center me and help me really tap into my focus.
That's what's up, man. I love that. I love that you have that, and it just keeps you grounded and keeps you, where you want to be, and emotionally and mentally where, like you can really focus on the day, after you're done with that. So nice work, man. That's good stuff.
Thank
One thing that I've seen for a lot of businesses, doesn't matter pretty much any industry, but like technology has been changing a lot of asset aspects to their business. Have you seen that even in comedy?
Yeah, good old AI.
Yeah.
AI, I've found ways to even write jokes, believe it or not. I've found ways that I have certain things that I talk about, and then I'll put it in the AI and see if there was anything and there's always so much more. So then I take the bits and pieces and then make it fit the way I would say it.
I
So
love it.
I can definitely say AI has been extremely helpful. It's definitely saved me money, getting certain pieces of advice. You can definitely get kind of a checklist, so to speak, for different things to get done. And then you just put it into action. That's the main thing is whatever you gather, you can put it into action. And so I say between AI and of course, social media has always been alive and well. Those are definitely, I just think it's important for us to adjust
Yeah,
and utilize these tools.
I love it, man. One thing that I always ask people is like, man, if you look back at young Mel, like when you're just cutting your teeth, like 5 years ago. Nah, I'm saying, a little longer than that, but you know what I'm dude, by the way, you look like you said 32 years in the business, bro. Did you start at 3 years old?
Come on, man.
Come
Don't be
on.
so kind to me.
So
Appreciate it.
like what advice would you give young Mel?
Maybe I would have studied deeper on human behavior to bring more value to my clients. I'm really fascinated with that now. I could only imagine if I would have known what I know now back then, how many more people I would have been able to touch or inspire. The main thing is laughter heals.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so, and it's not just a slogan that people say. The reason is, Ryan, is because every time you laugh, your organs vibrate inside. From that vibration, it produces endorphins and blood flow and energy. So it's hard to be depressed. It's hard to be sad when you're laughing. Also, it boosts different creativity muscles so that now you're able to think about some of the things that you may have been dealing with in a negative way in a whole different light. And so, if I could help people more, I would have probably studied a little more around human behavior just to really dig it as deep as possible.
I love that, man. That's actually really deep, and I really appreciate that answer, man. That's really good. So
Thank-
the contradictory question is like, where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
Where I see myself, honestly, is at some point I want to completely opposite, but I could see myself teaching yoga.
Nice, man.
I could see myself teaching yoga and still doing what I do, but definitely on a more of a national and international level with bringing laughter and inspiration to the masses out there. If you really think about it, from schools and corporate and hospitals, and everybody needs to feel better. And I'd love to be able to scale that to be able to do around the world.
I love that, man.
So
That's
between teaching yoga and making more people laugh around the world, that's what I see over the next 5 years for sure.
that's what's up, bro. I love it. So I got one little section left of some little rapid fire questions. You ready for these?
I guess so. Let's go.
You're like, oh God, what's happening next? All right. So, what book or podcast are you into right now?
I would say the book right now, the one that I mentioned, which is the new emotional intelligence, but I got to tell you my all-time favorite I've read multiple times, at least 50 times, is The Laws of Success by Napoleon Hill.
Oh, I love that. That's great, man. Awesome. A bucket list travel spot.
Hawaii, which we should be going in September, and London.
I love it. I love it, man. Just don't go there in the rainy season for London.
I thought it rains all the time.
It does. You can't. All right. What's on your workout playlist?
Napoleon Hill and Joe Dispenza. I know it's weird, but I actually listen to the knowledge and wisdom while I work out, believe it or not.
Love it. Love it. Coffee, tea, soda, or energy drink? What's your go-to?
Chai tea is my thing. I'm all
Nice.
about chai tea. No, no, I'm not a coffee guy.
You got a cheat meal?
McDonald's.
There you go. There you go. And are you an early bird or a night owl?
It depends. Both. It depends on what's going on. If there's something important, I'll get up at 3 in the morning to make it happen. But if it's something that I'm inspired and I got a nap during the day, I'll stay up as late as to 3 in the morning. You know what I'm trying to say?
Let's go. Let's go. Man, I love this dude, and I could talk to you all day. We have in the past, but thank you so much for being a part of the Scaling Up Success podcast, man. Really appreciate you coming on, and best of luck in everything that you have moving forward, because I just love watching you grow, my friend.
Thank you, buddy. I really appreciate your friendship and staying in touch and even reaching out about this. It's just nice to, connect with a really great person like yourself. Thank you.
Well, thank you, sir. And like I said, you're gonna keep kicking tail, and I'm gonna be following your journey, my friend.
Thank you, buddy.
Once again, this is Ryan Van Ornum of the Scaling Up Success podcast. Oh, last thing, if people want to get a hold of you, how do they get a hold of you, Mel?
They could go to my website, which is laugh, two, the number two, success.com. Laugh2success.com. Definitely my email is mel@laugh2success. You can definitely reach me for sure. And of course, I'm on all the social medias, even TikTok. Mel Austin, the Laugh Doctor. Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Once again, thank you guys for watching. This is Ryan Van Ornum of the Scaling Up Success podcast, powered by Cynergists. Welcome. Thank you so much for viewing this podcast, and see you on the next one. Have a great day.